What's up, it's J Larsen here. I'm here to teach you how to increase the sales of a brand new product. The first time I ever launched actually successful products, I actually shot myself in the foot because I did not learn what you're about to. All right, my friend, there's really only 3 ways to increase the sales of a brand new product, and none of them work unless you can fight the distraction of how fun it is to launch something and go continue to launch other things. I have done that multiple times. Look, it's working. And then instead of continuing to push hard on the thing that's working, I'm like, let's go make something else. Let's go put this next thing out there. That's a very natural thing to go do. However, it is the wrong thing to do. So what I want to walk through is 3 very simple strategies you can use. You really need one of them to increase the sales of a brand new product. And there's really only 3 ways to do that. Okay, so I'm going to walk through real fast what they are, and I want to explain each one of them to you and how to use them. This is the very first one here. Number 1, obviously the easiest and most obvious and most used way to increase sales of a new product is just to find more people, find more customers. It is very much more expensive though to acquire a brand new buyer than it is to sell an existing one. So while this strategy has a lot of pros, there's also a lot of cons to it as well. All right, so how do you increase the sales of a brand new product? I like to go in and, like I said, find new people. And I will do that by, number 1, there's really 2 parts to this. First off, I want to go make sure that I sell to my list. Okay, what traffic do I actually own that I can go out there? How big is my following? Can I get podcast interviewed? Can I go around? You're on a hunt. And what I like to do first off is I like to take all that cash from my launch campaign and then I start to dump it into evergreen campaigns. So let's talk about what that means real quick here. How do we find new people? I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna farm, I'm gonna hunt out, and I'm going to do a lot of free strategies. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna launch to my lists. But any of the money, and this is super key, okay? Don't ever take profit. I don't. I tell my clients not to also. Don't ever take profit at the beginning of a new product launch. Okay, because what I'm gonna do is I take the money after I've launched it. It's a brand new product. Oh my gosh, now it's time to go find more people to go sell to. I take that cash and I dump it into evergreen strategies, okay? So there's a really strong difference between something that launches a product and something that keeps it in orbit. And they're very different activities. I'm gonna go do this big launch campaign. I'm gonna get a brand new product out the door. I'm gonna get people buying it. I'm so excited. And new entrepreneurs will shoot themselves in the foot by taking that profit and putting it in their pocket. It's the wrong move. For me, what I like to do and what will make you go faster in this game and make more sales is by taking that money and starting to dump it into evergreen strategies. More content, dumping into paid advertising, right? Ways that money can increase your speed. That's really what I'm looking for. So how do I go find people to go sell to? Eventually, I need money and money's help. All right. If I go on these podcasting platforms, if I go on Facebook, if I go on Instagram, I need to start looking for platforms on the internet that will give me people's attention when I give them money. I need to be able to put paid advertising behind it. But I also don't want it to come from my pocket. So just recapping real fast. I go take the cash after I've launched a brand new product. And I'm like, man, I got to go find more people. Don't take it as profit. And I go dump it in these other places. And that right there, that simple move, what ends up happening is you don't drink the prime pump water. You know, have you ever thought like there's those pumps in the desert, right? That are like, hey, you're going to prime the pump with the water that's on the actual faucet here. The mistake is to drink the priming water. Don't do that. Okay, you take the priming water and you dump it into the pump and now you have as much water as you need forever. Okay, and what a lot of people do on the internet is they make, oh my gosh, this thing worked, it's so cool. And then they drink the primer, which should have primed their evergreen attention, their evergreen traffic, finding brand new people for them. Now, the second principle you should follow when you're trying to find more ways to increase sales of a brand new product is actually to find ways to resell those that have already purchased from you. I've made this mistake many times myself as well. When you go and you sell a product, let's say you're selling a course, okay? I'm gonna mentally think of 3 separate categories that I wanna go sell into. The first is, can I sell a do-it-yourself course? This is like a home study course, something that you're gonna do on your own. And a very natural thing to sell next is a done-with-you solution. So I'll go back to the very same people who bought the first one and said, hey, I know that you like that. I know it's really, really awesome, but do you want help pulling that off now? Right? Do you want help doing this? What if I do it with you? And so I'll go from a do-it-yourself solution, which is what I might have sold as a first time thing. Then I'll go back and resell to the same buyers a done with you. And then maybe I want to go really high ticket and I'll sell a done for you solution. And following the do it yourself, done with you, done for you, that kind of silo, that's a great way to resell those people that have already purchased from you. One of the ways I've done this is honestly by selling consulting or helping someone, hey, yeah, of course I'll jump on with you and spot check this out, right? That's a natural way to do a little bit of done with you. And that's been a very, very powerful way for me to do it. It's much more expensive to go find a brand new buyer. There's a marketing principle that we all have on the internet that says that the second yes is always easier than the first yes. So think about all the stuff you got to go do when you're marketing this brand new product. Oh my gosh, I got this brand new product. It's amazing. I'm loving it. I've done all this work to get it out the door. And instead of, right, you got to convince a lot. You got to do a lot of salesmanship in order to get someone to pass that first sale, to get that very first yes. But as soon as they get that very first yes, that doesn't mean that your next best thing is to go find more people. I know I just talked about ways to do that. That's great. But one of the easiest ways to do it, like I said, is just to resell those that have already bought, because the second yes is easier than the first. There's so many things I need to teach. There's so many places and things that they got to get to know me again. If I'm going to go find brand new people, they got to go get to know me again. Oh my gosh, his eyeballs are big, but doesn't mean he's bad, right? There's all these things that I got to go figure out and recreate a relationship and get these people. It's so much easier to get to skip all that by just reselling those who've already purchased from you. Hey guys, before I go into the third and probably my favorite strategy on how to increase sales of a brand new product, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. If you like this, if you like what I'm talking about. Actually, if you have experience doing these things as well, let me know in the comments below. This is a super fun topic. And frankly, this is the transition from entrepreneur to business owner. All right, guys, my favorite strategy on how to increase the sale of a new product. Honestly, it's gonna sound counterintuitive, but one of the best things you could ever go do is to increase your price. Okay, how do I increase the price of my product? Increase the price. Just like literally charge more. Okay, it sounds backwards, counterintuitive, like what? That's not what I'm talking about. There's two ways to make a lot of cash with this, especially in the internet. Think about the e-commerce model. Now, I love e-commerce, but there's a reason I don't do it. Think about how many transactions I have to go through, how many times I have to create a relationship with somebody. Usually, stereotypically, blanket statement here, smaller margins. I have to have way fewer number of transactions in the model that I follow just because I charge a little more. And because of that, I actually have a smaller customer base, but I get to give them a little more of my attention. I get to give them a little bit more. So I hope this makes sense to you. A lot of people will be like, Steve, I'm gonna go sell on Etsy, right? I'm gonna go sell on Amazon. I'm gonna go sell on this. Do you realize, like, if you're gonna go sell like a $10 trinket, you need to sell 100,000 units to make $1 million? Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna go do that. I would rather just take the very same thing, raise my price to 500 or 800. And now I gotta sell 10,000 units or 1,000 units to make $1 million. That is honestly so much more conceivable to me, to make a lot of money on the internet doing that, when you just boost your price up. And so that's the game you're playing. And I'm bringing this up because most people don't plan profits or how many units they need to sell in order to actually profit $1 million themselves. Just think about this before you actually go launch. You're looking up how to increase the sales of a brand new product. You may have actually launched your product now. Congratulations. But it's time to start thinking about, you gotta charge higher prices somewhere. Do I charge higher prices on the thing that I launched? Or is it time for me to charge higher prices by actually just selling something that's much more expensive than the original thing? Does that make sense? You can kind of do a combo of some of these. I would go back to, my personal favorite is to sell something free/cheap, right? Sell something cheapish. Then afterwards, upsell to something drastically more expensive. I've already paid to acquire the buyer. They're already in my buyer's list. And because it's the second yes, not the first, they're much more likely to buy that more expensive thing. And that is how so many of us make so much money on the internet. Hey guys, if you like this video and you found it helpful at all, just know that I have a really cool free resource for you that will show you more ways to launch profitably on the internet. Literally, you can go to launchforprofit.com and download the free PDF.